As you are watching this roll, I just want you to pay attention to how I go about attacking my opponent's knees and feet. Even if he foot stomps me, right, I just want you to see how I end up getting his knees to pinch together, as well as getting his legs to pinch together, and how I hug his body like a little child. Sometimes I hug his legs with an RNC grip, and sometimes I just hug them. Whatever the case may be, I must always attack his knees and feet with my legs and feet and arms in order to prevent him from generating his offense. If my opponent cannot plant his feet on the ground and push off the ground, he can't really use all the strength that he has or explosiveness that he has. Even as I come up, watch my chest and my legs. I'm always focused on pinning my opponent's knees and feet no matter what he does. I don't want him to move. While we play mount rounds, I want you to pay attention to how I use my feet to plant his heel and toes on the ground. Look at how my arms are underneath his thighs, right? Most people will tell you to frame inside of the thighs, but if you can get underneath the thighs, there's a whole new world that opens up to you. Notice how I'm shifting my body weight, going from flat to one of my butt cheeks, back to the other butt cheek, right? Which just means I'm getting to both sides of my body. Notice how I'm always trying to prevent underhooks of some sort, right? Because if my opponent can get an underhook, I'm screwed from this position. As you can see, both the bottom and the top person are unable to generate a lot of speed and friction, which is why technique plays a bigger role in these kind of anti-scrambling positions. I'm even using my head. Look at my head. My feet are pinning my opponent's feet, and my head is pinning my opponent's other leg to the ground. You can't see it right now because it's out of frame, but that's exactly what I'm doing if you pay attention to my head positioning on the top of Dawood's toe line. I'm even going to pin his foot right there with my head right to the mat, right? It doesn't matter how you pin the feet. You always have to pin the feet no matter what. If you can pin the feet to the ground, remember, your opponent cannot use all the explosive energy they have. You force them to play technical jiu-jitsu. And if you're slower, shorter, weaker, this is a better way of playing. Notice how my left hand and right arm are always attacking knees, right? He has to grip fight. He has to play. Once again, notice how I'm attacking his feet with my feet. And even from here, as he starts getting his Gordon Ryan cross gripping system on me, I go completely flat, right? I'm using my butt now to pin his feet to the mat. His only option, right, is to start fighting me at his feet, which means he could try to get his feet out, or he could go into a grapevine. But if I know exactly what he's going to do, it becomes much easier to counter him because he becomes very, very predictable. Now, in an MMA setting, this would not be optimal, but in a jiu-jitsu setting where there are no strikes allowed, this is just a better way to play, in my opinion. When we try to fight at ends of levers, right, his feet, his knees, right, he has to address that problem. He can't just go on about with his upper body attacks as he's getting attacked on the lower body. It just doesn't make sense for him. So he has to start switching his leg positioning, going into something else. As you can see here, Dawood is dropping his ass down low to try to grapevine me and Habib style lace my legs. But the issue with that is I'm pinning his ankles to the mat with my shin, my hamstring, my knee, my ass. And now from here, even as he locks it in, he allows me to off balance him and start going into my kipping escapes, which allow me to completely free myself from mount.